And welcome to a very special edition of Roberts Rasslin Talk, Wrestlemania 34 edition. Now, for this episode of the Roberts Rasslin Talk, I am joined by my buddies over at the Two Marks crew, Duane and Everett. How you guys doing?
Oh, we're doing great.
I'm doing absolutely great, man. Great to be on here.
I'm happy to have you guys on. So, our first topic, but actually, before we get into our first topic, do you want to let our audience know a little bit how you guys got into wrestling and stuff like that? We'll start with you, Duane.
Absolutely. First of all, on behalf of the rest of the Two Mark crew, we want to say thank you, Robert, for letting us do this.
Yep.
As for me, how I got into wrestling as a fan, like everything else that I'm, excuse me, passionate about, it was pure accident. Now, it's 2018, so if you're my age, if you're in your 30s, you remember those little small TVs with the rabbit ears and the VCR built inside. When one of my brothers got a TV, my parents gave me a TV as well, and I set things up, and I'd put a VHS tape into VCR. I'd press record, and I'd go to bed just to see what was on while I was sleeping. And then when I wake up, I'd fast forward through it, and all of a sudden, probably about a good couple hours into the tape, there sitting on a throne is this guy named King Booker. And I had no clue who King Booker was.
King Booker.
I had no clue what pro wrestling was because I was not raised. My family didn't watch it. I had no clue what it was. And I'm looking at this, I'm like, okay, this is interesting. And I watched a little bit of it, but it wasn't until about 10 years ago that I once again stumbled across Monday Night Raw this time, and I've been watching it every Monday since. When I started watching it, it was Monday Night Raw, it was ECW on Wednesdays, and then you had Friday Night SmackDown. Back, unlike what Everett's gonna say, this is when SmackDown was actually good.
They digs at Everett.
Okay.
If you ever watch the Two Mark crew, this is how things go every stinking Rod episode. Of course, we've also got an issue with this man named Robert. No, a different Robert.
Yeah, I was about to say, you better not be hating on me.
But no, it was pure accidental, and then by time it became something where it's like I cannot miss a Monday Night Raw. I cannot miss a SmackDown. Well, I can miss a SmackDown now because Everett takes care of it, and I just bask in the glory and the views and everything.
Yeah.
No, that's how I got into it.
Yeah. I grew up a wrestling fan. My grandmother actually watched WWE, and that's actually how she got me in it. And I started watching WWE wrestling, whatever you want to call it, since about 1995, 96. So I was watching in an Attitude Era, and I grew up watching it in those eras, and it was one of the best eras of all time. From the likes of Stone Cold Steve Austin to The Rock to Triple H, the guys are here today. The Undertaker, a lot of those guys, Hulk Hogan. Those days were absolutely great. Monday Night Raw was great. SmackDown, came out in 2000, I believe. It was actually great. I was watching ECW also, WCW. Just an all-around wrestling fan. And then once WWE became it by its own self and WCW got out of business and it just became WWE, even though I was all for WWE, that was all I watched. But, ever since then, I'm pretty sure I've almost never missed an episode of Monday Night Raw or SmackDown. I've seen just about every single pay-per-view, every WrestleMania, and then this WrestleMania coming up. It's going to be exciting. Just for the Two Mark crew, I'm going to have my championship back. But other than that, man, I grew up just a WWE fan. I love wrestling. You guys have no idea. I love wrestling. And I'm glad to be here talking about it.
It's a lot of fun being able to do that. And I do want to let you know, Robert, that Everett is in denial. He's in denial because he believes he's going to get that title back. Now, we do know, if you watch the 2 Mark Crew, you do know that Robert, the Monster Among Marks, is holding my title hostage. He stole it. He stole it the last pay-per-view. No, 2 pay-per-views ago. Him and I tied for the title, and yet he still says that he is the only champion. So, you know what? We're not here to talk about that. We're not here to unload my dirty laundry. Robert, he's cheating, he's a liar, and he's got some weird conspiracy against me. But I had to say that. I had to say it.
Okay, fair enough. Well, our topic for today's video is actually going to be about a newer talent, Finn Balor. Now, Finn Balor, a lot of times for bigger shows, will come out as the Demon King, Finn Balor. Well, it's not really been mentioned at the time of this recording if he is going to do the Demon King gimmick or not. So I want to kind of get your guys' thoughts of, will we be seeing the Demon Balor at WrestleMania or not? So let's start with you, Duane. You kind of give me your thoughts on that.
Well, I think that's something with the Demon Balor. I think Finn Balor doing that is something that would be only necessary during pay-per-views, like the top 4. We got WrestleMania, SummerSlam. You name. If you're a mark, you know what the top 4 are. So I think him doing that would be expected, but I don't think we're going to see it happen.
My thoughts on it. It would be nice, but is it gonna happen? No. Do I want to see it happen? No. Because for me, I feel like, okay. Here's the thing. I feel like when Finn Balor comes out and he has the Demon King, I feel like that should be for special events. Yes, like WrestleMania, but this WrestleMania, no. I feel like that should only happen in a one-on-one match. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when it came out, what was it? Like a couple years ago when he was facing Seth Rollins. It was a one-on-one match. It was at SummerSlam, and he was the Demon King, I believe so. No. He was just a regular Finn Balor. I'm sorry. He was regular Finn Balor. He did the Demon King with somebody. Was it Bray Wyatt, I believe?
He was supposed to, but remember, Bray got sick.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry. Sister Abigail got sick.
Right. There it is. But I feel like it should be for one-on-one events, something for a championship. He should come out like that. But for a triple threat, no, I don't want to see that. But I think he should do it more. I think it should be more. We should see it more. It would be exciting, very, very exciting for his character for us to see it more, but only at special events like we know SummerSlam and Survivor Series and WrestleMania and Royal Rumble. But that's my thoughts on it, man.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you guys. I don't really think we're going to see Demon Balor at WrestleMania just for the simple fact of the Demon King, and like the gimmick would work because it's WrestleMania, and WrestleMania is known for just these grandiose entrances and stuff like that. So I would love to see it, but in the context of the story they're telling with The Miz and Seth Rollins, it's not logical that we should see the Demon King because it's more about the man Finn Balor, not the Demon King Finn Balor. So to me, it wouldn't be very logical to have Finn Balor come out as the Demon King for WrestleMania. With this being his first WrestleMania, I would love to see it, but it just, to me, it doesn't make logical sense for him to come out as Demon Finn Balor.
Well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you guys this. When's the last time that WWE was actually logical?
That's a good question, bro. I feel you.
Yep. There it is. That's a good question.
We had Great Balls of Fire. I still don't understand why. We got the Usos as tag team champions. I don't understand why.
They're the greatest.
But who knows? I don't know.
Yeah. And we're going to end this video with this topic. I actually put out a poll question on my Twitter, and I think I'm going to put the poll in this video. Daniel Bryan, as you know, a few weeks ago made the announcement that he was cleared to compete, and he's going to be competing at WrestleMania. And we're going to talk at length later about that. I think we're going to, on Wednesday, be discussing that. But Do you think it was a smart idea for them to clear Daniel Bryan with all the health issues he was having, because he's been out of action for like almost 2 years? So do you think it was a good idea that they cleared Daniel Bryan? We'll start with you, Everett. Just what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, man, I think it's an absolutely amazing idea. Like I said, when I was watching the SmackDown when he came, I felt like I was almost tearful, man, because I was so happy for him to come back in the ring and to see that he's now going to be able to wrestle, pretty much on a daily basis. Maybe, when he comes back, I'm going to be excited to see him every single time he's in the ring. He's been trying before, to get inside the ring, and he's been asking WWE, and he's been going around to doctors. For an example, if you get a yes from 5 doctors, you're cleared. And from his point, he was getting yes from 4 doctors, and then a no from 1. So then when you get a no, WWE says no, you can't. You're not cleared. So then now, he's telling us he went to see every single doctor, and every single doctor said yes. And then, hey, what can WWE say? They say, yep, seems like you're clear, so you're clear to go. But in his thing, he was getting a few yeses, and he was getting 1 no, and that 1 no was stopping him from competing inside the ring. So now he's got all yeses, and now he's going to be able to compete. And I'm telling you, man, I can't wait to see it, especially this coming WrestleMania. But just in his future on, leading from WrestleMania on, I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it as well. What's your thoughts, Duane?
Well, first of all, let's just state on Ringside News, where the Two Mark crew gets all their news. Apparently, there was an interview with Triple H where he said that he was worried that Daniel Bryan was going to leave, and it was speculated that he was going to leave. He was talking about going to New Japan or Ring of Honor, and partially, I feel like partially he was cleared just to keep him in the WWE, but like Everett said, he had all of these yeses, and I can't wait to see it. It's been 2 years. Daniel Bryan is passionate. He loves it. You could tell that he was not as happy in the ring as a GM as he was a superstar. So when he got cleared, that emotional, I don't know about you guys, but I teared up when he got emotional, because it's like, this is Daniel, this is the underdog, this is our wrestler, this is our superstar. If Daniel Bryan can do it, so can I. So when Daniel Bryan, what was that line that he said?
If you fight for your dreams, they'll fight for you. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yep.
When he said that, like, you know what, Daniel, that's a great idea. I mean, it's an awesome thing.
That's a perfect example. Perfect example.
Oh gosh, I swear. If I'm not an emotional person, but when I saw that, I'm like, I teared up, and I was like, this is great. Now there's talk about him being on a limited schedule, and I think that's a good idea. But then again, he has to also what, do a shock test after each, not shock test, what's the test they has to do?
Like an impact test.
It's some test. And it's a smart idea. They're letting him in the ring. He's happy. They're keeping him in the WWE, because if he would have went anywhere else, it may not have affected WWE, but it would have, it would have boosted the competition wherever he would have went, because this is Daniel Bryan.
Oh yeah. Yep. Agreed.
Yeah. I'm happy to see Daniel Bryan back in the ring, but I do feel this was very reactionary by WWE to clear him. I mean, with him going all to his doctors and stuff, if they were clearing him and like all these specialists, I'm happy he's able to get in the ring. I actually did a debate about this, if he should return to wrestling or not, just the WWE. I think WWE cleared him just for the simple fact they didn't want to lose such a big star and potentially have him go somewhere else and get that organization even more notoriety and them starting to get like some real competition. So I do feel this was very reactionary on their part. I don't know if they really wanted to do it or not. And like, because of I think really wanted to not clear him so they could maybe like let Roman Reigns get over or something like that. That may just be conspiracy theory at this point, but I mean, and I'm happy that he's back. I'm like you guys. I can't wait to see what he does here on Sunday at WrestleMania. So I'm very much looking to see what happens. But since we're done with this segment of the show, where can they find you guys on Twitter or social media? So we'll start with you, Duane.
Well, first of all, like I said, thank you for having us on. You can follow the Two Marks Crew on Twitter at 2markscrew. You can follow me on Twitter at Real Dwayne Hadley. And Everett, what's your Twitter handle?
The Great_12. You can find me there.
See, this is the thing. I just want to say this. Look at his Twitter handle. The Great. He thinks he's great. You got great. Of course I am. Change it to the mediocre 12.
Don't forget, AKA Mr. Smack Talk. Okay.
Yes, Mr. Smack Talk. Then again, don't forget, AKA Mr. Two Mark Crow right here, the fearless leader. Unless somebody decides to, do an NWO and take my company.
Okay, well, it's been a pleasure having you guys on the episode today. I'm going to have you on the next few days, so I'm looking forward to that. But stay tuned, guys. We've got some great topics coming all week long. I'm going to be with the Tim Mark crew the next few days. Coming up, our next video is we're going to continue the discussion with Daniel Bryan, but we're going to bring Kurt Angle in, and we're going to be discussing who's more likely to step down as GM. We're also got who's going to be the bigger surprise tag partner. Is it going to be Braun Strowman's tag partner, or is it going to be Daniel Bryan's? Also, we're going to be discussing maybe Mania having pyro and not having pyro. So stay tuned, guys. We've got great videos coming all week long on this channel. You can follow me on social media at Robert Red Jr., or you can follow my podcast. It's at PPWP Podcast, and you can check it out on shoutengine.com/The Power of Pro Wrestling. I got a roundtable coming up, hopefully too. Definitely want to check that out, guys. There's just a lot of great content coming this week. You want to stay tuned, so we will catch you in our next video.